Almost 30 years ago, a dedicated nurse by the name Sister Victoria from Argentina in South America landed in Huambo, the second largest city in Angola. Her mission was to fulfill her dream of doing Jesus' ministry of love and compassion. Sister Victoria worked at Bongo Mission, nursing patients and also evangelizing to them.
We were here with Dr. Sabate and his wife.
I came to Angola as a young nurse because of my love for the mission work. I was working at Bongo Mission as a nurse before I was kidnapped by the rebels more than 30 years ago, and the whole mission station was destroyed by the rebels during the Civil War. Bongo Mission was one of the best, if not the best, hospital in Huambo by then. We had beautiful facilities, laboratories, printing press, and everything was tip-top.
Visiting Angola during this time was indeed a bad timing for Sister Victoria, as the civil war was taking place in Angola, and it came as no surprise when she was kidnapped by the rebels, and she and 3 colleagues and small children were forcefully marched for more than 100 kilometers. For Victoria, she thought this was the end of her life.
Yes, the prayer was our salvation. The power of prayer you cannot value in such situation.
In fact, when I came to Angola, the war was just starting, and I thought it won't be as violent as it turned out to be. I agree the timing was very bad, and I nearly lost my life. Of course, for the good cause. We were kidnapped in the evening, and we walked for more than 100 kilometers in the bush, and I don't remember how many days, but it was almost a month. Life was very difficult, and the rebels did not trust us either. But eventually they allowed us to pray every day, and I remember one day we forgot to pray, and one of the rebels said, amigos, we didn't pray today. So we looked at each other and then prayed.
Bongo Mission was once an envy of many, but was turned into ruins after the civil war that lasted for more than 25 years.
Most of the buildings here were demolished and destroyed beyond repair. But it's amazing that the chapel, the clinic, and the house where I used to stay are still intact. So I moved into the same house where I was kidnapped 30 years ago.
News spread so fast, and within a short time, it filtered to Switzerland, where the help came from, and Sister Victoria and her friends were finally rescued and sailed by boat from Angola to Namibia, where they were airlifted to South Africa and then flown back to Argentina.
They took us with truck until the boat from Namibia. And then
we had almost given up the hope that we will be rescued when we were finally told that we were to be taken to Namibia by boat and then flown to South Africa and then back home in Argentina.
Meeting her loved ones in Argentina for the first time was so exciting for Sister Victoria, but Sister Victoria's heart was still in Angola. Today, exactly 30 years after her kidnapping, Sister Victoria is back in Angola to do what she likes best, being the feet and hands of Jesus.
I am thankful that
my children are all grown up now. So for the past 10 years, I've been nagging my husband that I want to go back to Angola. And finally, last year, he agreed, and here we are serving the Lord.
I was actually shocked when my wife said she wanted to go back to Angola, where she almost lost her life. Every day she would be moaning, and finally I said, phone Angola. And she phoned Angola, and the church leaders said, we were welcomed and here we are. I enjoy very much helping people, and the people here are very kind.
What is fascinating is that Sister Victoria is staying in the same house where she was kidnapped and working in the same clinic where she used to operate from. Despite the absence of good network and internet facilities in this bushy area, Sister Victoria and her husband were not discouraged because they wanted to be with the underprivileged people. They have to travel 40 kilometers every month to Huambo so that they can communicate with their children back in Argentina. A non-Adventist Good Samaritan came and donated satellite and solar power equipment, and now the family can communicate every day with their loved ones and the world at large.
It were so many situations that we saw.
I must say God is good. We used to communicate with our family and the outside world once a month, as we could not afford to travel more than 50 kilometers to the city to make a call or send an email. However, a Good Samaritan came and installed state-of-the-art equipment, and now we can phone every day and Skype with our loved ones.
To put a chair on top of the cake, the couple have been traveling on a motorcycle, and another Good Samaritan, impressed by the mission work being done by Sister Victoria and her husband, came and donated a brand new 4x4 truck.
And then he left his card and went back. When we come back,
the donation of this truck really strengthened our faith. We were tongue-tied, to say the least. I am lost for words, if I must say. We never thought in our wildest dreams we will afford to drive a car. We used to travel on a small motorbike, and sometimes when it rained it was difficult to move. But we thank God for this Good Samaritan who donated this brand new truck to us so that we can further the work of the Lord.
Just as the Lord called the Sister Victoria, He is also calling all of us today to rescue the perishing, and may we make it our prayer as we hear His voice. Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?